Right. All right, is that wait, is it okay?
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah, you good.
We live in the. I can't even hear shit. Can you hear that on? Usually this motherfucker's up there.
Check.
Yeah, there it is. Gotta move closer. Closer. Turn the lights off in this place. All right, let's play with y'all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You now rocking with Homeboy Etiquette. Me, man, over here at the 52 Q, passing on to my partner in crime, the motherfucking arc reactor.
Yo, this is Kenneth the Raw representing Homeboy Etiquette here on YouTube and Twitch, also IG. Also representing KMT Games and KMT Productions here on YouTube and Twitch. So we have a pretty interesting topic for you guys tonight, but yeah, like I have this here in the background. I don't know why I didn't start the animation, but here we go. Because I thought it might actually be apt for today's topic. If anybody knows The Matrix, I'm sure that you guys remember the first one where you had the black cat that actually walked past them when they were going up the stairs in that building. And then the same black cat came through again. And then Neo says, deja vu. And everybody freaks out. They're like, wait a minute. What do you mean you saw deja vu? What'd you see? He was just like, well, I saw a black cat. And I saw another one just like it. They're like, how much like it? Was it the same cat? I don't know. It might have been. I'm not sure. And then it was a whole big issue because a deja vu represented a glitch in the Matrix.
A change. When they're changing the Matrix.
Yeah, a change in the Matrix, and they got locked in the building. So the topic for today is...
Are you caught in a loop? Are you caught in a forever loop? It's not. It's like it's Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. That was a good movie.
All right, like you living the same day over and over. It's a different day though. It's a different day. Maybe it's not the same day, but you living the same fucking 8 days over. Maybe 4 days. Maybe your loop is 4 days, but it's like clockwork. You can just time that shit. It's like a motherfucker. Like I guess like one of the loops I was caught in. It would be like I'll be looping shit in my head. It'd be like something happened, and then I'm looping it in my head, and it's just replaying, and it's just replaying. It's like rolling around, and I finally find a motherfucking exit, and I jump the fuck out that bitch, and I'm like, good, man. I'm out the loop, and I start walking and shit, and I'm chilling, and some time goes by. I'm like, nigga, did I just see that again? What the fuck? And I'm like caught in another loop. And so then eventually I'll break out of that one. And so there's this thing on my whiteboard at home. I says, don't get caught in a circle, right? In a cycle, a little circle, right? If anything, it should be more like this. It should be here. It should be a loop, right? Yeah, loop. I says, are you caught up in the loop, but not like a circle. That's what I meant to say. But the loop is, it'll be, here, and then here, and then there's that cross section where it goes to the other one. Or sometimes you might need to just go right back. You might have to take another lap, 2 laps or something. But eventually you move on to the next loop, and the next loop, and the next loop, and you just make progress across the fucking page. And it's a page of fucking life. But one thing you damn sure don't want to get stuck in is a loop that's not connected to another loop. So you're just sitting there repeating the same cycle, or you're just blocking yourself from going on to the next loop.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that kind of that reminds me of the symbol of the Ouroboros, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the Ouroboros is the snake eating its tail.
Yeah,
because life is cyclical. So, for example, that's why anybody who knows the Bible or just heard this saying, there's nothing new under the sun, right?
It's not what you do, but how it's done,
right? And like so, you'll start here, and then what you'll notice is that you will be advancing forward, but then you'll just notice how there's a lot of things that do still remain the same, as you said. It appears as though you're coming back to square one, but what's changed is you, and what's changed is the world around you. But there's still a lot of things that repeat as you go through your life.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like learning the basics in something, and then if you ever get away from the basics, you start moving up to more intermediate advanced skills, and you'll find that you're kind of slacking again, and then you're gonna have to end up going back to the basics to improve your shit. That's like Tim Duncan, the basic fundamentals, and that motherfucker was just a legend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That actually reminds me of back in the B-boy days, where it's just like you said, you start getting into extremely technical types of moves. Things where it's like if you would have tried them when you first started breaking, you would have killed yourself type shit. And what I came to a crossroads there where it's just like, you know what? I'm actually just going to write down every single move that I know. And I'm going to start off with the basic foundation. And in doing that, I got a whole lot cleaner in all of my execution. And it actually solidified being able to put in those advanced techniques in between the now refined foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah. So I totally agree with you where it's like going back to basics is always a good thing, because strong fundamentals are actually the basis for anything great.
Man, I was just thinking of something. I got to check up on my brother. He went to this Russian massage parlor. I mean, not
In Russia?
no, out here in Colorado, but he didn't get
okay.
back to me, so I'll probably just hit him back up later, see how that went. Because if it's a good place, and fuck yeah, I'm gonna go there to recuperate. Because fuck, my body's.
Dude, I need a professional massage my damn self, bro. And I need a goddamn chiropractor, bro.
Shit, like going to massage parlors, like when I was in Thailand and shit. I walked, it was like the last day. I got a 15-hour fucking flight, so I knew I needed a legitimate Thai massage. I walked in, he's like, sucky, long time. I was like, get off me, no! I thought this was legitimate business.
I thought this was a legitimate establishment. I'm taking my dick and I'm going home. How dare you try to touch me there? You don't know me.
Ooh, oh shit, that shit gives me an idea for the Homeboy Etiquette way that we can expand, like get personal with it. So we might have to start going out to some comedy clubs and do things like a duo. But back to the topic, like
comedy, nigga.
Like fucking like a loop, because I love that. That joke was fucking funny. I'm taking my dick and going home.
How dare you put your hands on my man meat? You are not qualified to deal with this Excalibur. Like but yeah, in the topic of going through a loop, so some of the things that I thought of, or at least one of the things that I thought of when you brought up the topic, he's the idea guy. If anybody who's watched this before knows he's the idea guy, I'm execution guy.
Because like on the Clifton strengths, my number one is strategic. His is
my number one. Fuck, I can't even remember, dude. Oh wait, no, I do. It's Achiever. Yes.
So I'm strategic. He's achiever, and it's just like, all right, strategy here, and it goes, all right, cool. Walking away, he's like, don't you want to achieve that thing? I was like, all right, man, if you really want to.
It's in the ether now. Like, it was just an idea, now it's gone. Like,
so I have a hard time keeping up on ideas, and even if I write the shit on the board, I'll just look at it and walk right past the shit. Like, you don't know.
There's no way that could be useful.
You know, it's like I wiped my board, and it was like February 22nd. Thaw out ground beef for nachos. It is March 12th.
The ground beef is still in the goddamn freezer.
And I'm calling like I'm in the loop, and I see this shit every day, and I'm just like,
yeah, fuck ground beef. I don't know why, but
like, I'll do it later. And it's like I'm caught up in this loop of just like, I'll do it later, and then I'll do it later, and I'll do it later. And
oh man, that reminds me of Izanami in Naruto Shippuden. Itachi caught Kabuto in Izanami, and the only way to do it was to create a loop where he hit him the exact same way in the exact same place in their area 2 times, and then catches them in a genjutsu that they can't leave until they change as a person.
Yeah.
So like,
damn.
Yeah.
We need to catch some bitches. Oh, never mind. They already. No, they are. You know what?
No. They're already in Izanami, but they can't leave.
Oh yeah. You know what, man? There's an Izanami going on out here all the time, and everybody just caught up in the loops and shit like that. It's just like, man, women, dogs are fine. Dogs don't give a shit. Dogs like dog. I can barely remember.
It's like, dude, I can do this every day as long as you're here. I'm cool. What's next, bro? And
then like, yeah, pretty much. It's like that's something you're fucking growing and shit and facing your worst nightmares and fears and doing hard shit. Because when you do hard shit, you at least get to level up, or that level up experience, and then get to step on to something else. And so,
yeah. And to that point, that reminded me of the first thing that I thought of when you brought up the topic, which was, okay, I think that a lot of people may get, it's almost like redundancy, right? Is my life boring? So
if your life is boring, you must not have had a fucking mortar shell drop in and hit your fucking apartment complex, or the goddamn shitter next to your damn fucking barracks hut.
Yeah, I mean, like we can all can't be you.
Oh no. I was talking about one the Ukrainian Russian situation because getting your apartment bombed by fucking mortars and artillery shit, and then the one where your barracks just got bombed, where the shitter next to your barracks. That was my brother George when he was in Afghanistan. yeah. He's like shit. He's like if we would have been in that damn room at that time, if we would have been in our room, we'd have been dead.
It'd be meat up like human meat paste.
And then I'd have been in infantry, and then I'd have went rogue, and then I'd have been just fucking. What's that? Ninja assassin Batman over there? Because
walking around with a knife in your teeth through the bushes, waiting to cut a nigga throat. But yeah, like the reason why I bring it up like that is because, like for example, I think that when you're in transition in your life, you go through these holding periods, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're developing a skill, like which I guess this is what separates, forward moving life versus stagnant life, and how both of them can be repetitive. One is an actual circle, and the other one is more like a loop-de-loop, but it's moving.
It could be like when people, they say you get a job and you stay at the job. You stay at the job for like 20 years. I mean, maybe that's kind of like a loop because every year you're in the same job, doing the same thing, same position. Maybe some shit changed, but then there's people that when they lat move to a different area, different profession, like I have to do right now.
Right.
It'll go, they're in that job and then they go, I need to go somewhere else. And then they go somewhere else.
Learn new skill. And
then just loop. But at least they're like fucking making progress. It's going that way. It's not being just the same thing over and over. It's like whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the point I'm making is that like sometimes your life can feel like a loop, but if you're in repetition because you're improving maybe your body,
mm-hmm.
or you're improving a skill set such as what you're doing jujitsu,
mm-hmm.
or you're improving a skill set at your job. It can get real repetitive because you need practice, right? So for example, like I like the quote that goes, that practice is controlled failure. Like when you
say motherfuckers are criticizing, like sitting there like, yo, you keep putting yourself in these positions to get choked in, choked out. Like, no, motherfucker, it's called controlled failure. It's called it's like you could choke me out this way, but you're not gonna get me that way again. You're gonna have to do it this way, or this way, or this way, or this way, or this way. And eventually I'm learning your shit. And then therefore, at this point, there's your go-to tricks. And I'm sitting there stopping that shit now.
Exactly, which reminds me of another quote. A master has failed more times than someone who's not has even attempted. Right? So like when you're saying like, so, for example, let's say we have a complete like master black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's probably been choked out like 50,000 times. You know what I mean?
Choked out 50,000 motherfuckers.
And also. No, he's choked out like 200,000. But he's been choked out himself in the pursuit of his mastery of his craft more times than, dude, you're probably not even at 1,000 chokeouts yet. No. You know what I mean?
No.
Like being choked or choking somebody, you can put those numbers together and it's not even going to come to a fraction of his experience. Like, when you go through that failure, like you're just like, okay, you got me this time this way. I know what to look for. So they do it a different way. Oh, you son of a bitch. Now I know what to look for that. And he does it another way, and you're just fuck.
They have to like set it up a different way every time. Just like, because if I could see the setup coming and it's similar to the last setup, and then I'm like, all right, I already know where this loop is going, and right here's where I do this, and I'm like, nope.
Yep. Throw your arm there. Yep. You're not getting my neck this time, bro. And what it winds up doing is it turns you into a well-oiled machine. So for example, I like 10 years ago when you looked at Kobe Bryant and LeBron James. Now, LeBron James, he had skill, and but his natural talent, size, and his genetics were so goddamn alien to the sport. You're talking about a guy who's what, 6'8"? You know,
6'9",
6'9",
250 pounds,
250 pounds, runs like a gazelle, can jump crazy high, insane stamina, and has a dead eye for the shot. Compare that to Kobe Bryant, who had way more years in the sport. Like so LeBron was able 10 years ago to be able to score an inconsistent, sometimes like 50 points.
That's weird. We got a call. We got a call on Instagram. It's beeping. Oh, they
Yeah,
called him. Holy shit.
go ahead and
Somebody's calling Homeboy Etiquette.
I don't know who it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you explanation.
Who is that?
Oh shit, let me see.
Are you wait? What happened?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Did it cancel the live stream?
All right, we'll go back to it, but go ahead.
Okay, well, for the people who are still on Twitch and YouTube, which you guys aren't commenting, so I don't know if you exist or not.
I made a video.
But yeah, so like LeBron was able to score like an inconsistent like 50 points a game, which is very, very impressive, right? But it wasn't all the time. And it was more just like when he had a moment of greatness, he could just damn near take on an entire team by his fucking self. And Kobe, he's more polished. So you can rely on his 40 points every goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference between the natural talent aspect versus what the fuck is that, bro?
Okay.
Who is this person?
Short. Talk to the audience real quick. I'll take this.
Okay. Well, while Q is handling that, yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and riff on myself, but okay, so the difference between natural talent and then long-term skill. That's why I like the Kobe Bryant versus LeBron example, is because at that time his skill, LeBron's skill set was like legendary, and now we're seeing here in 2022 as he's still playing, even though he's older than most people actually retire in basketball. He's still playing, and he's polished, and he's able to do what Jordan did at the end of his prime, which was develop the fadeaway jump shot kind of thing. Kobe Bryant, because he had so many years in the game, he was a well-oiled machine. You could count on him for that 40 points a game. So this is the difference between like a physical specimen. When let's just say we have like a 6'4", maybe 230 pound street fighter, right? Well, not even street fighter, but like he's a physical specimen in terms of his natural talent. And then you have somebody who's maybe like 5'9", 5'10", maybe $170, but they are, let's just say, let's put Conor McGregor. Give me a second. Let me pull up Conor McGregor's actual dimensions to give you guys an example.
His dimensions.
How tall is Conor?
Should be 5'9", 5'10".
McGregor. So he's like my height.
Yeah, am I 6 foot or some shit?
Yeah, well, with your fucking boots, you definitely are. God damn it! Like, okay, no, Conor McGregor is actually shorter than me. He's 5'8". So Conor McGregor, right?
Yeah.
If Conor McGregor were fighting a guy who was 6'4", 230, but didn't have that much fight experience, he could still get the knockout, even with that weight disadvantage.
Wait. Wait, the guy's 6'4", 230 pounds?
Yeah, 6'4".
And he has no experience fighting?
No fight experience.
Oh, okay, yeah. Conor McGregor's beating that ass.
Like that's what I'm saying, is that like, so like even though like the skill difference makes a difference. And like, so all that tangent was basically to say is that your life can seem repetitive when you're doing the same drills over and over and over again. I've been working on this Red Hat certification for a long time. Like, I could pull it up. I literally have over 220 pages of notes, just notes. Like that's excluding the 800 or 700 pages that I've read. You know what I mean? And so like, it's just practice. And it can get repetitive, but you burn it into you. Especially if you're talking about something physical, you burn it into your psyche and your body to where you get Final Flash! Like shout out to Dragon Ball Z for Miga Tenno Gokui, which is Ultra Instinct, which translates in Japanese to no mind, a mind with no mind, meaning that everything that you do is complete instinct and reflex. And in fighting, that's what makes fighters dangerous, is because you're talking about somebody who's been doing drills, offense and defense, on a fucking heavy bag against other human beings, and then you want to be the guy on the street to fuck with that guy who knocks out niggas instinctually and doesn't even have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. You could be a great street fighter, but against somebody
like
who's a trained animal. Do you think Mike Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
This is a 50-something-year-old man. Who do you know in your entire life could stand up in a 1-minute fight against that fucking animal? People try it all the time. You see like the TikTok videos and all type of shit like that, YouTube videos where they're just like, "Hey Mike, why don't you give us some combinations? Hit the heavy bag." And then he's just woo 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 woo, God, wow, like, and he's fucking killing it, bro. And this is an old man, damn near, bro. Like his instinct is so off the chart, he will murder you. You know what I'm saying? Without even having to really think about it. Like, he'll see your punch in slow motion. He'll be like, "Oh, I've seen this before." Bam! Uppercut, dead. Now your jaw shattered. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was thinking
that's repetition. He was going in a fucking loop, hitting that bag, fighting those niggas over and over and over and over again until he turned into the machine that he is.
All right. So if I got somebody got Mike Tyson and he's like, "You pick your fighter." It's like, "Who are you gonna pick?" I was like, Daniel Cormier, motherfucker. What?
Mm.
I'm like, these like Mike Daniel don't know how to fucking grapple.
Well, okay, come on.
Oh,
well,
you
yeah, like Daniel. Yeah. I'll pull him up. Daniel Cormier.
Like who? If I need somebody to protect me from Mike Tyson, is Daniel Cormier.
Well, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you showed me this guy last time.
Double champ, Olympic wrestler.
Let me share the screen for the guys.
Damn! I was thinking also, what was his name? What's his fucking name? Type in Renzo Gracie. So it's Renzo Gracie. Yeah, that'd be the guy. Yeah, Renzo Gracie. Like DC be my number one, but if he's busy, I'd be like Renzo Gracie would be the guy.
This guy.
Oh fuck! Not him. It's not him. It's Hoyler Gracie. There you go. Hoyler Gracie. Yeah.
Royler?
Yeah, but they pronounce it's Portuguese, so they pronounce the R's with an H, so it's Hoyler. Like weird. Hoyler Gracie, Hoist Gracie.
This guy.
Yeah. Yep. The red belt. That motherfucker. That's exactly who I would have. And fucking Mike Tyson is like, you got to pick one fight. I'm like, fucking Hoyler Gracie got me. I'm like, shit.
Well, but it wasn't necessarily like a versus battle. It's more just like what person who hasn't gone through the level of repetition, aka a loop, in terms of fighting style on the street.
That is the only red belt jiu-jitsu. The only red belt jiu-jitsuist in the world. There's only one. There's black belts with multiple red stripes.
He's got black with red in this one,
but
then he's got the red and black here.
Yeah, he's the only red belt in the fucking world.
Yeah, man.
The world, man.
Yeah, I would not want to get folded into a pretzel by that guy. Pause.
How's that a pause moment?
You never know with niggas, bro. Like you never know. Like you could turn anything gay, bro. So like,
yeah, I'm deep in his pussy. Like you would be.
Yeah, you would be,
cake.
faggot. Like, how dare you? Like, what, you love your girl? What, do you a sissy or something, nigga? What, are you a homosexual, Taylor? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
I'm like, guy, I'm like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
God, give me my belt. I'm just about to whoop your ass. You just need an ass whooping. I think that's what you need. You want to act like a goddamn child.
Well, I guess the question would be for you, like, what inspired the topic today? Because you're always the one that, like, you're just like, hey, I want to talk about this today. And I'm like, cool, let's do it.
Because it's just life experience, and more life experience is just looking at my past relationship that didn't work, and it was just like I looked at it and
you feel like you're just going in circles with your efforts.
Yeah, it's like we came. So here it is, like we have a problem, we overcome the problem. Cool. I'm thinking like boom, we hop up. It's a brick wall. We keep going back, but step. Or it just seems like we just end up looping it, and then after we had a heart to heart talk and stuff like that, we was like, it's like, yeah, I was like, don't let me do that again. It's like we're not doing that again. Like, cool, check. And then suddenly an event happened where it was just that shit got already seen, like where we was already at the fucking starting line, and the gun had went off and decided to run the same race again, and I stopped and I got off the goddamn. Maybe we're in a new outfit and maybe some cloudy coverage overhead or some shit like that instead of sunshine and fucking daffodils. But
sunshine and rainbow.
And I looked at that and I was like, I'm not running this race again. So I called it quits and separated. And I was like, nah, I'm not going back. I go forward. I go forward to the next thing, to the next progression, because I'm not going back. I want to achieve just happiness, at least in a relationship. I just want to achieve emotional, just, emotional, healthy happiness, balancedness in the damn relationship. But if we're going to be running the same issues that we had again within the last year, and we're going to just rerun that fucking race again, and it's a 1 year anniversary, like, fuck, no, not me. Not me. I move, I improve. It's look, man, this is my life philosophy. It's LAAI. It's learn, adapt, apply, improve. It's learn, adapt, apply, improve. And that's that. It's I learned from this shit. I adapted to this shit. I learned from the shit. I applied whatever the fuck I learned to the shit. I adapted it to the fucking situation, and I improved. And I was fucking improving. And then it's just that the partner, the other person in the situation, just seemed like it was not learning. It was not applying what could have been learned, and it was just going. We was about to repeat the same cycle, and I seen that shit, and I was like, no, because my number one strength is strategy. It's strategic. That's my number one strength. It's like because I think ahead. I think ahead enough, and I was like, all right. I was like, okay, this is starting to look familiar. And then what happened this way? If it continues this way, this is what it's going to be like down here, and this is how it's going to affect me, make me feel again. And I'm not going through that shit again. Y'all got me all the way fucked up, dog. You ain't gonna take my joy. I'm not about to get robbed of my joy of life. So if I gotta cut ties with a partner, move to a different fucking field, and do that shit, and run a race alone by my damn self, I will damn near do it because I'm not. I don't go. Well, I'm not going backwards. Fucked up.
Yeah, and so essentially, this came from relationships and
life in general, and plus, like even with my job, that's just like a loop, and I'm about to cut that off.
Yeah, okay. But relating to what you were just saying, I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but I've definitely had to use. This is an exact quote. I know where I'm going, and I'm willing to take you with me, but this train will not stop for anybody. So either you can get on, or I will leave you the fuck behind. And that was a conversation in terms of the context of it was relationship problems, pure unreasonability, lack of logic in reasoning, lack of foresight, lack of accountability, and no true desire to actually change. Because here's the thing. Here's what I've come to understand in long-term relationships is that first off, for any human being, change is the hardest thing possible. This is the reason why life tends to be cyclical for just about everybody. The subconscious mind is a very difficult thing to change. And it's because it's responsible for your day-to-day thoughts, as well as you breathing, your heart beating, and you don't have to relearn how to walk every day because your subconscious mind has a video or a program of you walking that it just plays anytime you say, I need to walk on a subconscious level. That's why you don't have to relearn how to walk every day. Now, when you extrapolate that into the conscious mind is only 10% of your actual thoughts. The other 90% completely unconscious. Completely unconscious. And this is the reason why it's so difficult for people to break cycles. This is why addiction is so powerful. This is why it's so hard. So here's the thing. Having empathy in the relationship where it's like, I understand you have past traumas. So do I. I understand. This is a difficult thing that I'm asking you to do to be better. But guess what? I've already shown on a consistent basis that I beat my previous self all the goddamn time and will continue to do so because I'm serious about where I want to go. If you want something you've never had, you need to be someone you've never been.
Ooh, and what's that thing that Jordan Peterson said? It says often the thing that you need to look for, or often the thing that you're looking for is in a place where you don't want to look.
Exactly. And Carl Jung said,
fucking Carl Jung.
Carl Jung.
Carl Jung, but yo, that damn book, what was that damn book of his? One of his books. I read it. It's like Jordan Peterson. Like it was the most difficult thing I've ever had to read and conceptualize. And then I bought the book and I was reading, and it was like fish, Pisces, fish, Christ, fish. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
No, there's a fish market.
Yeah. There's mad connections to astrology in the Bible, but whatever.
Anyway, shout out to Carl Jung. Thank you for your life's work, and also shout out to Dr. Peterson.
Shout out to Dr. Peterson and Carl Jung. Carl Jung had a quote that said, "A person will do anything, no matter how heinous and disgusting, to keep themselves from confronting the darkness of their own soul." And the longer you live life, the more you find this to be true.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest thing a person, I'll put myself on the fucking crucifix right now. One of the hardest things for me to admit at first was that I had a problem asking people for help. I had because I thought I was good enough to handle everything by my goddamn self.
Mm-hmm.
That life hit me with multiple brick walls that proved over and over again, no, the fuck you can't. One of the other hardest things for me to get over was my level of arrogance. I think that just because I'm good at something that, or at least I did, that people should acknowledge it, people should care, and that I have something completely fucking special that the world has never fucking seen. False. Completely false. I also had a hard time with the fact that as Kevin Samuels adequately puts, the world does not owe you understanding. Why don't you empathize with me? I empathize with you. Nobody gives a fuck. No one. Everybody has their own bullshit to deal with. Why the fuck would they care about yours when theirs are consuming their own lives? I've had so many life-changing fucking experiences in terms of confronting my own horse shit. You know what I mean?
That shit's not fun. That shit is uncomfortable. That shit usually comes with a fucking hangover too.
But that's why you have to develop an addiction to being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because as Will Smith said, on the other side of your fear is where your success lies, right? Mm-hmm. So, what is the number one thing that people are afraid of? Okay, the number one thing is public speaking. Number 2 is death. Number 3 is change.
Motherfuckers would rather die before they change.
People would rather die than change, and it starts to make sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's like fucking changing. It's like it's a death in itself because it's changing. It's a death in itself. It's like you're killing your old self. It's like that Game of Thrones quote when what was it? Stavos when he said to Jon Snow, he said, "Kill the boy and let the man live."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard. And Jon Snow had to get fucking stabbed up in order to become a goddamn. He's like, all right, I ain't fucking around no more. I'm hanging everybody. Everybody involved in it. What? There was a 12-year-old involved in him? Kill the boy, let the man laugh. Shit. Kill him, let me laugh him out this bitch.
Yeah, because
Watch me, Billy. Run.
an old man is not likely to change. A child has the ability to.
Shit, man.
And like, so
that's gonna be scary. We getting up there in age, and then
yeah, but like if you already develop a lifelong habit of being uncomfortable and changing on a dime, then that will pervade, that will go through your old age.
oh, good thing that's like my number 5 strength right there is on that fucking strength finding test is adaptability.
Adaptability. That's what you fucking need. Adapt or die. So
oh yeah, because there was that Charles Darwin thing, and it was like life doesn't go to the survival doesn't go to the most strongest or the most intelligent, goes to the most adaptable.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like given all of these things, this is why, you know, I actually have started to form damn near like a mini phobia against becoming mundane, repeating myself too much. Mm-hmm. Like that's why, like out of nowhere, I just have to do something fucking crazy because I need to break the cycle. But you know, there's a lot of repetitive things that you have to do. For example, going to the gym,
but even that,
going to jiu-jitsu practice. Mm-hmm. These are healthy things that are repetition, but they help your overall health in general.
And also everything else outside of it, because it also, like when you're doing it in the gym and then you're building up yourself in the fucking gym, you're going through that pain, you're applying that fucking discipline, even if you don't want to fucking go and shit. You think I like going out there and getting fucking choked out? Okay, maybe I like it. I mean, not like it. Like, okay, that making me sound like I'm fucking just hanging myself and then I'm sitting there just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gave them the, oh, yeah.
Ah, shit, wake me up before they see this shit.
What kind of? But no, like what it is like, there's certain forms of
masochist. That's the term. I'm not a masochist.
Sadomasochist. Okay. There are certain forms of repetition that are good for you, and everybody knows this. Consistent diet that's healthy, and going to the gym, and also reading. Obviously, mm-hmm. I mean, you can read new books, but the act of reading is a repetition in itself. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of ways in order to use repetition to your advantage because humans are repetitive. In fact, if you there are books written for macroeconomics that are so accurate. Actually, shout out to the screen right behind us, The Matrix. The Matrix was actually inspired by an economics book called The Matrix that was written in the 80s that predicted, still accurate to this day, exactly how humans will act, how the economy will go, why it's going to do that, and it's all based on the repetition of human behavior. So humans are repetitive, but here's the thing. Let's extrapolate that to what we see in a capitalistic society like America. America has a lot of, sorry to call it, like I call them NPCs or zombies, right? People who are completely dominated by the repetition of their life. The people who are in the top 10% of earners and achievers, they are the people who are adaptable to change. Because once again, like I just said, it is one of the hardest things to do. If if you're able to break that cycle, be something different, you'll stand out in some way, shape, or form. Brian Tracy, an entrepreneurial guru, stated that all it takes is being about 10 to 11% different from the last idea to make it an original idea that you can use. All it takes is 10%. 10% different. You're telling me that if you did 10 push-ups today, you can't do 11 tomorrow, 13 the next day, 15 the next day? That's really all it takes. Baby steps, 10%.
10, then it'd be 11, then it'd be 12, and then it'd be 13, and then it'd be 14, 15. Then you get to 20, then it'd be 22, and then it'll be 24, 20, and then okay.
Are you gonna Fibonacci me?
Okay, yeah.
I know the Fibonacci, but 10%. 10% is greater than any interest rate that you're going to find for any fucking bank. If you increase, let's just put it this way. If you were to start with $100 today and you increased $100 by 10% every single day over 365 days, you would have damn near it's like either close to or just over $100,000 by the end of the 365 days. It's compound interest. Use compound interest on your life. Be 10%. That is not a big ask. That is a F minus 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 in terms of change. If you can be 10% different or 10% better than you were yesterday, you're already setting yourself up to be miles ahead of all the people that surround you. Because think about how many people, dude, I'll tell you guys a short story. I never forgot this. I was 12 years old. My dad's from LA, and he grew up there most of his life, right? Like he was already like in his 30s by the time he actually left there for good. And he lived on this block in California. I can't remember the name of the street, but when he was a kid, there was a dude in his neighborhood that he went to school with. We came out there to visit one day, and we wound up driving through the same neighborhood. There's a man standing on the corner. And my dad said, wait a minute. I think I know that guy. He stops the car, gets out, brings out me and Brandon. I'm 12. Brandon's like 9. And, they dap it up. It's like, hey, how you doing? All this stuff. And he's just like, hey, you know me, man. I'm still here in the same house. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's taught me a very valuable lesson. This motherfucker was in his fucking mid-40s. Never left the same house he grew up in, living on the same goddamn block, and got pride in it, saying that he's holding down the block for the fucking hood. There are niggas who don't grow up. They never change. They never move. Nigga. I never fucking forgot that shit. And I said, never in my life am I going to be this guy right here. And now, am I saying he's a bad guy? No. But that is the more common side of the spectrum that you're going to see. I became willing to fucking do like skateboarding and shit, ollieing off of fucking 12, 15 staircases, like damn near breaking my fucking ankles, doing some wild shit, to fucking breakdancing, spinning on my goddamn head just to feel something. I'm like, I will be different than everybody. And you know that shit too. You jumped out of a goddamn plane. How many niggas do you know who've done that shit? Me, you, E. How many people?
Me, you, E. The people that jumped with me and E.
But you're in the military too. So like, there's got to be other niggas like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
But how many niggas join the military?
Not many. There's not that many.
That's what I'm saying.
In comparison to the population, not many.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Is that like, and even the people I associate with, shout out to Hooligan, that nigga's a weird motherfucker. Like, with love, but he's a weird motherfucker. He is different. I don't know a single person who operates in life like this nigga.
Oh, that's definitely
true.
That
is dead ass facts.
That is true as all hell.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I surround myself with people who are fucking different. People who are willing to change on a dime. People who are capable of being cold this day and hot tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what it takes to elevate yourself, stand out in society, and be something that's worth remembering.
Oh, this reminds me also of something I read or heard. It's like the story about these monks, and they're on this beach, and then they draw these patterns, right?
Yeah,
the beach, and then
with the fucking rakes and shit, right?
Yeah, and then just every day they draw the patterns at the same time. They do wake up early, draw the mutts, and then the tide comes in, washes away, then they draw it again. Tide comes in, wash away, they draw it again, go home, go to sleep, come back, it's still gone, and they just do the same thing over again. It's like it's I forgot the meaning of it. It was
that's like a form of meditation. You know what I mean?
I mean, but it's like they draw something. It's like one of the things like nothing's ever permanent.
Yeah. Buddhism teaches that.
Oh yeah,
you appreciate your cup, and you say that this cup is already broken, and that shows you to appreciate the cup while it's still intact.
Mm-hmm. And it's like nothing is ever permanent. And it's funny, like you put in all that work in just to be in a shitty situation and just retain that shitty situation because it's just so damn familiar. And then, but it's not permanent or something. Like fuck that. What? It's like it washes away, it goes away, but then you go back to the situation and then it washes away, and then but you choose to go back. I mean, but these are monks over here. This is kind of different than that. It's like
can I make one point about that, and I'll let you continue? The change on it is you. Life has the water and the waves and the sand.
Mm-hmm.
You may draw the same symbol every day, but you're different from day to day.
Oh.
And like your understanding and acceptance that everything will be washed away gets reinforced by the fact that you accept that it's going to be gone as soon as you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're the one who's changing with your acceptance that reality itself does not. Reality is very consistent. People are the ones who are supposed to be changing. You know what I mean? But most of us don't. That's why, shout out to the ladies out there. Y'all got a big problem on your hands because, y'all got to start making some changes. You've gotten too used to your position. And it's, I'm not going to say it's good or bad, but I'm just saying it may be time for a change. You're not going to get this until you're 35, wondering what the fuck happened. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. I'm done. No rant.
All right, I don't know about to say that. I'm not going to tell y'all to change. People you're going to be however you are. I'm not really going to tell you to change because diabolically, if you don't change and I change and I adapt, you know what that means?
It makes it easier.
Oh, it makes it so much easier. Stay the same. Don't fucking change at all. Make the shit easier for me, goddammit. Well, I don't want to have to fucking struggle to climb up this goddamn mountaintop to claim my title as motherfucking king in here. All right? Yeah, no, leave them kids alone. Let them kids be soft. Yeah, keep them soft. Keep them all nice, soft, and weak and mushy and can't fucking handle an insult or handle a disagreement. That's okay with me because you know what that means? That means as I get older, this old dog gets to stay top dog for a lot longer than expected. Because the guys ahead of us, I mean, we coming. And you think they ain't planning this shit? It's like, yeah, we need more soft curriculum in kids. You can't look at a kid kind of mean. You can't squint your eyes too much at them. That's against the law now. Like, yeah, you know what they're doing? They're making you soft on purpose because the guys at the top, yeah, man, shit. It's only so much rewards in this damn game. There's a lot of rewards in here, but they want them all. And then I'm looking at it too. I'm like, maybe I just want just half of them. Fuck it, I want them all. And then if I feel like giving them away, I want to give them away. But first, I want to have them all first, like that. But but go ahead. Well, don't change. Don't change.
And I agree with you.
Don't completely adapt. Be the strongest. Be the most intelligent. Don't be the most adaptable. I got that.
Yeah, and I agree. Wait.
Okay, that's my dark side. All right.
And I actually agree with that. But for once, I was actually trying to be nice.
And then, you know what's the great thing about that too? Because when you reach that pinnacle or something right there, and then everybody else that's up there left, and it's combat time, and it's like at that point, it's just the most adaptable, the best of the adaptable, shit like that, applying different skills. And at that point, it just still sharpens steel. It just still sharpen steel. It's like I had the thought in a car on the way here and shit about, broken heart relationships and shit like that. I was like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It's like going through that shit and then just finding out the relationship just couldn't work out. And then I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy because I need my enemy sharp. I need him at the pinnacle because that motherfucker is the ones that's going to make me better. My ally is going to support me and everything, prop me up and everything. But the only motherfucker that's really going to get me to change and be better and adapt my game is my fucking opponent.
That's big facts. And shout out to Patrice O'Neal where he said women are the enemy.
I'm not saying they're the enemy. No, not them.
Well, like the reason why he says is because like in the intersexual dynamics game, it's there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser in some way, shape, or form. So
it's not like a zero-sum game. It's a win-win game. It's just that
it's not win-win because our natures are different. If women had a more logical nature like us, they'd be able to see it as a win-win. But we are food to them. We're feeding something. We're either feeding their vagina, we're feeding their wallet, or we're feeding their attention. Like it's one of the three. They're consuming it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if they can figure out a way to give you what you need and you give them what they need, then it's a win-win. But at every opportunity, She's looking to make it just a little bit easier for her, just like you're looking to make it a little bit easier for you.
I'm like, wait, what? I mean, like, just what? How be easier for me? What would be easier for me? If you just like come home, relax, chill, laugh, joke, cuddle, fuck, eat,
You know
have
why?
a good time.
Because
fucking
because
great.
wouldn't it be easier to deal with a creature or an entity, I should say, that wasn't so completely unpredictable and moved by something completely random, aka emotions?
I mean, they're not unpredictable. You just see the shit coming. It's just like you're just hoping for the betterment of the other person.
Hope,
Just like,
and that's what I mean. See, guys don't operate. We don't live in the world of hope.
wait,
We live in an objective world.
wait,
They do not.
like, look, you're prepared for the worst, but you're just looking at it. It's like just maybe they're not gonna go down that same road because we're watching from a distance out of tower now. We got the fuck away. We just watching. It's like I'm like they're not gonna run that same circuit again. Okay? Oh my god, they're gonna run. They're gonna take the exit on 147 flat. Oh god, 148. Fuck. Okay, 140. No, I'm just gonna say it. Where's my popcorn? Just let me watch this race. Just let me watch this shit. Is it going to be this time? No, it isn't, Carl. Oh, snaps. They're going to the exit. Nope, they just stumbled, tripped, fell, and they have their hand on the exit door. They push it to give them self-leverage to get up off the ground. The door is ajar, and they keep going around the track. It's like, all right, well.
Perfect.
Well, I mean, yeah, like so bringing that back to Loop because we're just about out of time here and I'm about to bust. So, in terms of relationships, right? Now this isn't like an indictment on the fairer of the species, you creatures with the XX chromosome as opposed to XY. What it is though is that what I've come to realize, and maybe this is a westernized, more pronounced in the West, I would assume it is, that peace is too boring for them to take. It's a well-oiled machine. Things go right every day. But women being emotional creatures, they damn near need the occasional spike in emotion, up or down. They don't care which one. You know what I mean? All emotions are basically the same to a woman. That's why if a woman hates you, you can flip it right into love.
But love, because hate and love are not exactly the opposite. The opposite of love is just indifference.
And they love that shit. Because here's the thing. God damn it, I should be putting this shit on Patreon, but I'm going to give you guys one piece of game, yo. Which a lot of guys know this. Find the most attractive girl in the room. Pay attention to every other girl and be indifferent to her. She'll lose her mind and chase you. Because indifference is too much for them to handle. That's the reason why when you're indifferent on the couch, like let's say you've been married for like 10 years, whatever. A guy who actually gets mad at his girl and then like causes a confrontation, she feeds on that because there's emotional content. And she but if you have a girl who says, "Oh, I'm sick of this, I'm gonna leave," and you're just like, "All right, bye, bitch."
Oh, if you say it like that, if you say bye, bitch, that has an emotional undertone on it.
No,
because you could have just said,
okay, fine. Okay. Let me change the language then. All right, bye. I'll catch you at some other point in time, and then you just keep watching TV.
I think you should just go, okay, and then just go back to what you're doing.
Yeah, like that. But that's what I'm saying is that like when you're indifferent, when you're righteously indifferent, they righteously stay because you didn't give them anything to get that emotion from, which then triggers their competition reflex. And they're just like, why doesn't he care? Because she's an emotional creature. And she's like, but I can't get any emotions out of him. And so she has to try to do stuff either positive or negative. So that's when you find out how crazy she is, right? Because when you're indifferent, she's either going to lose her mind in the sense that she's going to do something to you like negative to try to trigger an emotional response, like break your stuff or go fuck one of your best friends or something like that. Or the other side of the spectrum where she actually tries to win you over in the positive sense, where she's just like, you know what, maybe I was wrong. Like I didn't realize the type of guy that I had, and let me actually treat him better. Like see, I've dealt with both sides, bro. I've dealt with both sides. Like it's like indifference is a powerful tool, man.
But you got to really feel it, because some guy, what you would do is like what you get caught in loop. Maybe I'm indifferent, but you just be lying to yourself because you still feel shit. You're not indifferent because
That's the
you're
act.
still you're running a loop in the head, and you think just because you got a little bit further ahead in this race or some shit like that, like maybe you're improving, maybe you get better, and then you just come around full circle. Blah blah bing. Does that start line not look familiar? But it's like don't fake the indifference. How it comes is. It comes through. First off, it's going to come through trauma.
Yeah,
it's going to
experience, but
experience. But the experience, what it's going to cause is going to cause trauma. And then if your brain can recognize it, if you can recognize a pattern, recognize the loop, and then eventually you just become indifferent to it. It doesn't affect you the same way. It's like the first time you ever been insulted, and they insult you again, they insult you again, they insult you again. It creates trauma, and then eventually, after enough time of creating a trauma, your brain adapts to it, and it becomes what was it? It's not callous because your brain is neuroplastic. It'll adapt to it, but it'll be just metaphorically, it'll become callous. It'll be like a scab.
That's accurate.
You get scrapes or something like that, and then it just becomes that like scab and that hardness over that. That's how your brain will react to that insult the next time. So that's the way indifference kind of works. Is you get hurt, you feel a type of damn way of it. It happens again. You just gotta find and you accept it. Accept that it happened, and then you just gotta adapt to it and be like, okay, well, this ain't gonna hurt me no more. Somebody be like, sup, you little twerp, and be like, twerp, 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 come up with something new, nigga.
And then that's when it hits you with the jump.
Right. Now you're out of that loop, and you're in the next one. Now you gotta figure that shit out.
How many
Repeat the
times you gonna
process.
beat me this week, Steven? As many as it takes.
And then after a while, you'd be like, all right, Steve, I'm numb. And then you hit a motherfucker with a lunchbox, and he gets knocked the fuck out, and he's bleeding everywhere. Shout the Andrew Tate story. And then you in a new loop.
Yeah, like new loop.
You want, if anything, you want your loops. You want as many loops as possible in your life. It's on this page, and you don't want to be just. You have this page in this books of life, and you go through your pages, and you don't want the shit just be all just big ass fucking loops. Next page, big ass fucking loops. Next page, just big ass loop, and it's really not even like a different. It's the same loop. It's just that you ran out of space on the other side because it kept getting bigger and bigger, and it's just been running the same fucking race that they just have to draw it on the other page. It's not like a loop, squiggly, and it's just like that way, and it just looked like one of them fucking crazy ass white kids in a scary movie going, "She knows you're here." And be like, you know what?
This is what I dreamed last night.
Child Protective Service, get this fucker out of my house.
Yeah.
I'm abusing the shit out of him.
All
I
right.
gave him orange juice instead of apple juice.
But all right, bro. So I'm
I'm about to bust.
so
All right.
I think
Anyway,
I'm about to
That's
bust.
definitely a good place. I like this episode. Anyway, yo, it's your main man over here at the 52AQ, passing off my partner in crime, the motherfucking arc reactor.
Yo, this is Kevin the Raw representing Homeboy Etiquette here on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Also representing KMT Productions and KMT Games here on YouTube and Twitch. This has been a great topic. So if you guys have not already, make sure that you like the video. If you have any suggestions about any games, any topics you want us to talk about here in the near future, make sure to leave that in the comments down below, or email us at our Homeboy Etiquette homeboyetiquette@gmail.com, right?
Yeah, I think.
You can send them directly to us that way. And if you have not already, smash that like button, smash that follow button, and smash that subscribe button on your respective devices. And make sure that the bell notification icon is turned on and set to all, so you'll be notified anytime that we're uploading new content.
Yes!
So with all that being said, I appreciate everybody who came through.
And also another thing too, I think we might have to get out of our own loop and move on to the next one, and we might just have to adapt and just do reaction videos.
Reaction videos, bro.
I mean, the fact that we don't like doing them is the fact that it's probably going to make them good.
Because let's put it this way: like I usually wind up seeing the stuff, so like I would have to fake the reaction. You know what I mean? So you guys would have to send us stuff to react to. like that I haven't seen before, because I'll do a reaction video then, but other than that, dude, like I would be faking it.
I got one. We can do it next week. I got one.
All right.
I mean, you already seen it, but you're gonna react to it, all right?
Okay. Well, I'm about to piss myself. So you guys have a great night. Homeboy Etiquette out.
Peace.